Today we'll look at the life, career, and strange death of actor David Carradine.
Do you have a lot of Charlie Chan veterans on the...
We have, I guess, just almost every important Chinese actor.
David Carradine, born John Arthur Carradine Jr. on December 8, 1936, and passed away June 3, 2009 at the age of 72, was an American actor, martial artist, director, and producer, whose career included over 200 major and minor roles in film, television, and on stage, spanning more than 6 decades. He was widely known to television audiences as the star of the 1970s television series Kung Fu, playing Kwai Chang Caine, a peace-loving Shaolin monk traveling through the American Old West. The eldest child of actor John Carradine and his wife Ardenelle Abigail Carradine, he was a half-brother of Bruce, Keith, Christopher, and Robert Carradine, and an uncle of Ever Carradine and Martha Plimpton, most of whom are also actors. His parents divorced when he was 7 years old, and he spent a lot of time at boarding schools. He would later join his father, who had moved to New York. Eventually, David Carradine returned to California, where he graduated from Oakland High School. He attended Oakland Junior College, now Laney College, for a year before transferring to San Francisco State College, where he studied drama and music theory. Despite an attempt to dodge the draft in 1960, Carradine was inducted into the United States Army, where he drew pictures for training aids. That Christmas he married his high school sweetheart, Donna Lee Becht. While stationed at Fort Eustis, Virginia, he helped establish a theater company that became known as the Entertainment Unit. He met fellow inductee Larry Cohen, who later cast him in Q, The Winged Serpent. He also faced court-martial for shoplifting. In 1962, Donna gave birth to their daughter, Callista. Carradine was honorably discharged after 2 years of active duty. Upon leaving the Army, Carradine became serious about acting. He was advised to change his name to avoid confusion with his famous father. In an interview from 2005, Carradine says his father encouraged him going into acting. Carradine's first big break came with his second Broadway part in The Royal Hunt of the Sun, a play by Peter Shaffer about the destruction of the Inca civilization by conquistador Francisco Pizarro. Carradine played Atahualpa opposite Christopher Plummer as Pizarro. The play premiered in October 1965 and was a solid hit, running for 261 performances. Carradine said of this performance, "Many of the important roles that I got later on were because the guy who was going to hire me was in that audience and had his mind blown." For that part, Carradine won a Theatre World Award for Best Debut Performance in 1965. Carradine left the production of Royal Hunt of the Sun in May 1966 to take up an offer to star in the TV series Shane, a 1966 Western based upon a 1949 novel of the same name, previously filmed in 1953.
Help her. There's a woman in back. See how she is.
In 1972, he co-starred as Big Bill Shelley in one of Martin Scorsese's earliest films, Boxcar Bertha, which starred Barbara Hershey, his partner at the time. This was one of several Roger Corman productions in which he appeared. It was also one of a handful of acting collaborations he did with his father.
I've been lots of places.
You ever been with a man?
He made his feature directorial debut with the film You and Me, starring alongside Hershey and his brothers Keith and Robert. It was shot in 1972, between making the Kung Fu pilot and the series, but released in 1975. Carradine's biggest claim to fame happened in 1972 with the aforementioned Kung Fu.
Time for you to leave.
For 3 seasons, Carradine starred as the half-Chinese, half-white American Shaolin monk Kwai Chang Caine in the ABC hit TV series. The show lasted for 62 episodes. The role was nominated for an Emmy and a Golden Globe Award. Along with Bruce Lee movies, Kung Fu helped to popularize the martial arts and Eastern philosophy in the West. Carradine's character also brought the term grasshopper, referring to an apprentice, into popular culture. Although the choice of a non-Asian to play the role of Kwai Chan Caine stirred controversy, the show provided steady employment for a number of Asian American actors, in addition to Key Luke and Philip Ahn, who held leading roles in the cast as Caine's Shaolin masters. Robert Ito, James Hong, Benson Fong, Richard Liu, and Victor Sun Young frequently appeared in the series. A second controversy was over whose idea the series had been. Bruce Lee's widow claimed he had come up with the idea of a wandering monk in the Old West, but Ed Spielman, the series creator, insisted that the concept was his own idea from years before Lee became a star. In an interview from 2005, Carradine disputed Bruce Lee's claim. That's mythology. I think the way that story started was that they got it mixed up with the silent flute. Not sure how that happened. In his authoritative biography Bruce Lee, A Life, Matthew Polly clarifies the issue of Bruce Lee's involvement, concluding that the claim was the result of his not being cast for the leading role, and that he had no participation in the creation of the series. Kung Fu ended due to several factors. It has been said that Carradine left the show after sustaining injuries that made it impossible for him to continue. While Carradine mentioned it when talking about his work in film, other causes involved were Carradine's burnout, changes in the writing and shooting that altered the show's quality, and changes in the time slot, which led to the audience's decline. Finally, the main reason was Carradine's decision to quit to pursue a career as a film actor. He would reprise the role in made-for-TV movies.
No one will die today.
You wish to save this worthless devil?
Also, the bad publicity that the 1974 peyote-related incident attracted on him affected the ratings in a way that Radames Perak described as sabotage, and that Carradine himself acknowledged had been detrimental to them. During Kung Fu's original run, Carradine made cameo appearances in Scorsese's Mean Streets, alongside his brother Robert Carradine, and Robert Altman's The Long Goodbye.
What is that?
Euthanasia Day at the Geriatrics Hospital. They do it every year.
Here he comes!
In 1975, he would star in the Roger Corman cult classic Death Race 2000 and the similar-themed Cannonball.
You sure as hell don't look like much. How do you sound?
Makes me happy.
Wait till you hear him, Mr. Locke.
He starred in the Woody Guthrie biopic Bound for Glory. It was back to Roger Corman territory for the film Death Sport.
You are condemned to death sport.
Master.
Lovers, imprisoned and separated with only one chance for survival.
Fight me. I'll see you both in hell.
The martial arts film Circle of Iron brought him more recognition.
Here you go, both of you. Have a chew.
What does the winner get?
Nothing you both ain't already had.
He played Cole Younger in 1980's The Long Riders, which saw him team up with his brothers Keith and Robert, as well as the Quaid brothers Randy and Dennis, plus the Keach brothers, and Guest brothers among others. Q, the Winged Serpent was a fun entry into his filmography. 1983's Lone Wolf McQuaid saw him square off against fellow martial arts actor Chuck Norris in a highly entertaining film. His final television success saw him return to his most popular role in 1988's Kung Fu The Legend Continues. This show would last several years and 88 episodes, longer than the original series. He starred in many hit or miss films after his early successes in the 70s and 80s. Most of his 90s and early 2000s movies were low budget or of the straight-to-video variety, but he would score one more major success in film when he appeared in Quentin Tarantino's Kill Bill movies.
But you've got to get over being mad at me and start becoming afraid of you, because she is coming, and she's coming to kill you.
This might have marked a comeback for the aging star, but David Carradine arrived in Bangkok, Thailand on May 31st, 2009, to shoot his latest film, titled Stretch. He was last seen alive on June 3rd, but his assistant and other film staffers could not reach Carradine when they were going to have dinner and decided to leave without him. Carradine called the assistant an hour later but was told the group was across town and he would have to make his own arrangements that evening. On June 4th, 2009, at the age of 72, Carradine was found dead in his room at the Swiss Hotel Nylert Park Hotel in central Bangkok. Authorities said that Carradine was found naked and had hanged himself in the room's closet with a curtain cord. Police said he had been dead for at least 12 hours and found no sign of struggle. Thai police suggested the death might have been from accidental suffocation due to autoerotic asphyxiation, since there was no suicide note and he was found with a rope tied to both his neck and his genitals. That was our show for today. What did you think? Were you a fan of David Carradine? Did you know about the strange way that he died? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. While you're at it, I'd be honored if you subscribe to my channel. Check out my Carl Vincent Vampire Hunter franchise, also in the comments. And, until next time, this is Axelin for Kevin Given saying live long and prosper, may the force be with you and keep reaching for the stars.